Morning, people. Good morning. It is Wednesday, the 10th of January. Welcome to TDA the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, you are hosted by the best people that there are on the face of the world. Let's introduce ourselves.
It's your boy, 6 foot plus of pure temptation. Morning, people. Ooh.
As always, your favorite shade queen, my own royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst. And of course, the melanin is jam-packed.
That is right. How is everybody?
All good.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right. Red is so funny, you know? Such a character. All right, we have an email to read out. It says, hey, I'm a big fan of TDA and I just wanted to weigh in on the conversation during topic of the day. So that would be yesterday when we were talking about changing...
laws to help certain groups.
Yeah.
The impoverished, I should say.
Yeah.
Working class, pardon me.
All right, that's your final one. Look, I just wanted to, yeah. So, hey, I'm a big fan of TDA and I just wanted to weigh in on the conversation during topic of the day. I'm currently in year 12, so we'll be doing equal weighted exams to those from Scotland in the article next year. Ah, love that. I think that the problem is how we define middle class. I am not in the poorest fifth, nor am I in a struggling household, which I am grateful for, but I would say I am in a working class household. As a result, a lot of mentorship schemes and bursaries are out of reach for me as I simply don't meet any requirements, i.e. on free school meals, lower combined household income. So from my own personal experience, I would say it's unfair for those of lower incomes to have reduced requirements. However, Esther brought up a good point that these people may not have access to a healthy learning environment and etc. that allows them to do as well as those who are middle class, as in quote unquote middle class. According to the article, I am quote unquote middle class, but my parents cannot afford to get a tutor or definitely fund university, especially as I have siblings. Therefore, I think it's more about how we define middle class. Is it middle class or working class? Thank you so much for reading. Wishing you guys the best, Kirsty. Pick up you, Kirsty, and all the best with your lovely exams. I say lovely exams, but all your exams. But that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair point to be fair. How it is, that is defined. Yeah. Everyone is good, wasn't it?
Say good?
Everyone was good.
Yeah.
Love that.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
We thank God.
By the grace of God, I'm just flipping cold, but that's fine. We're here. All right, let's get into our headlines for today.
All right, people. So our first headline. In fact, you know what? Let me test you, people.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Who's Paula Venables? Marks.
You know, damn well I didn't know who that was.
She was like the CEO of the post office or something like that.
This is why you can rely on him, you know.
CEO what? CEO of who?
Post office.
What, the same one that was stealing from, that they allegedly stole from? You ain't never said a name.
I did. Yesterday.
Well, to be fair, he didn't know who TB Joshua was, so you got to pick and choose.
Still
You got to pick who you want in your flipping game. Black people, is she black or white?
White.
Okay, well, white people, you ask marks. You're white correspondent. Christy is disappointed in you, by the way, but okay.
Why would I do?
For knowing, for getting that right.
Oh, I just can't use that. Okay.
Is it a white correspondent now? That's your tag. That's what you are. When about white people, ask marks. Oh,
Yes. Well, the reason why I mentioned her is because yesterday, remember in People's Journal? Obviously, you don't remember, right?
Don't be silly. You forget one thing. Actually, I probably forgot more.
Remember I was talking about how they had like 1 million people sign a petition ASAP to try and get her out. Well, sorry, to get her to return her CBE. Well, she's returning it, man.
Is she?
Yeah.
She is returning it.
With immediate effect.
Okay.
More than she's returning it with immediate effect after facing pressure over the Horizon IT scandal. So more than 700 sub-postmasters were prosecuted based on data from faulty software between 1999 and 2015. Some people went to prison for false accounting and theft, while many were financially ruined. And also we mentioned how trigger warning, some even committed suicide. It's crazy, man. Government ministers have promised a plan as soon as this week to help hundreds of sub-postmasters clear their names. One idea being explored is passing a new law that would exonerate hundreds wrongfully convicted.
There must be bare people out there just wronged in the world, isn't it? because that.
I want to get wronged so I can get some money.
Yeah, but they was fighting for enough long though,
Yeah, exactly.
and it's still not even sorted out. To be fair, innit?
Imagine.
They still bury them in prison, all the money, compensation, all that kind of
Do you
stuff.
know going to prison for something that you know you actually didn't do, but
What can you do? Yeah.
there's nothing.
Yeah.
That's my worst fear in life.
And remember,
Sad.
they're fighting for like, it's been like 10, 20 years or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're guiding against the post office. Yeah. They're screaming it off the rooftops. People are reporting it, whatever, but it's still like not catching that. Like, like the masses, if that makes, it's like one of them, like if you know, you know, innit,
It's
if
like,
that
if
makes
you know,
sense.
if you watch TDA,
But
you know.
the actual people, like don't know, no one cares. This whole time they're being wronged. I'm saying like, how many other like marginalized communities are there out there like today that's been fighting
Like
for
this,
something
yeah.
wrong for say like 10 years,
Yeah.
and no one don't give a shit about, because they've literally just done them wrong, like,
The
like
worst,
just
man.
dirty, like.
Sad, man. Government ministers have promised a plan as soon as this week, like I said, to help those. To date, only 93 convictions have been overturned, and of them, just 30 people have agreed full and final compensation settlements, meaning many victims, like Mark was saying, are still fighting to clear their names. Ms. Reynolds has faced questions over her role in the scandal, which has been described as one of the most widespread miscarriages of justice the UK has ever seen.
But I feel like it's an open and closed case, though. If they know that it was false, don't you just get the people out? You can do this in a day.
Do you know what it is? This is me just like kind of just thinking, right?
Yeah.
About, I could be completely wrong, basically. You remember the whole Grenfell Tower
Oh, yeah.
tragedy, right? And how people obviously were put into certain places
Oh, yeah.
to help them, put in hotels, certain things. They were looked after,
Yeah.
innit? Because obviously their homes were ruined. There were some people who were frauding that. You remember there was a
I remember
Vietnamese
there was a
man.
Nigerian auntie. I remember it was an auntie that got involved. She was nowhere near the fire. She had nothing to do with the fire, but she got the maximum benefits from said fire.
If you see this Vietnamese man that did this, yeah, I couldn't stop laughing for like 3 days.
It's crazy.
He's a complete terrorist. And he's a complete liar. So people like that. So long story short, there might have been people who were actually defrauding the post office during the time. So I think they've got to go through
So now they've
it.
got to go case by case.
I think so. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I think it's not done so quickly.
To be fair, as someone who was defrauding it, knowing that you were actually defrauding it, and then everybody goes to jail, I think that's a good day. I think that's a good day in the office, in the criminal office, because you're not the only one going down, and you know damn well that all of you are not scamming.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you're thinking, when they come to realize that all of us were not scamming, they're just gonna put me as well with the pack.
This is it.
It's funny though, they don't.
Exactly.
A mess.
Our next headline takes us to France, where France has seen its youngest ever prime minister and first openly gay one named on Tuesday. Yeah, so as President Emmanuel Macron seeks a fresh start for the rest of his term amid growing political pressure from the far right. So this new guy, his name's Gabriel Attal. He's 34 years old, and he rose to prominence as the government spokesperson. Then the education minister, and had polled as the most popular minister in the outgoing government. As a former education minister, Attal implemented a ban on long robes in classrooms that took effect with the new school year in September, saying that garments worn mainly by Muslims were testing secularism in the schools. His predecessor, Elizabeth Bourne, resigned on Monday following political turmoil over an immigration law that strengthens the government's ability to deport foreigners. He also launched a plan to experiment with uniforms in some public schools as part of efforts to move the focus away from clothes and reduce school bullying. Attal recently detailed on national TV how he suffered bullying at middle school, including homophobic harassment. So yeah, the youngest ever guy is there, man, 34 years old. And pardon me, I've actually jumped one by mistake. The next headline, a group of 30 top MPs led by former Immigration Minister Robert Degenerate and former Home Secretary Suella Braverman have put forward at least 4 changes to the PM's flagship new law in a bid to toughen it up, saying that the stakes could not be higher. Their changes would give ministers powers to automatically ignore Strasbourg court's injunctions and prevent individual migrants from being able to bring claims to suspend flights in all but a limited set of circumstances. The group will also put forward changes to block courts relying on international treaties, including the European Convention on Human Rights and Human Rights Act. But the group admitted that there will still be some routes to legal challenge. such as whether a migrant is medically unfit to fly or if that particular migrant is under 18. Penny Mordaunt also, she was speaking and she told MPs on Tuesday that the bill will be debated for 2 days on Tuesday and on Wednesday with a string of showdown votes expected. I want to do one more headline because I skipped one by mistake, and it's about Trump. So a US appeals court on Tuesday questioned Donald Trump's claims that he is immune from criminal charges for trying to overturn the 2020 election. Trump's legal team sought to convince a panel of 3 judges that former presidents should not be prosecuted for actions that they took in office. Trump is due to go on trial in March on federal charges of election subversion. After the hearing, Trump said he was the victim of political persecution and warned of bedlam in this country if the case goes forward. He's still talking like this, you know. Prior to the hearing, he made a more pointed threat, saying that he might prosecute Biden if he defeats him in the November 5th presidential election. US prosecutors argue that Trump was acting as a candidate and not a president when he pressured officials to overturn the election results and encouraged supporters to storm the Capitol on January the 6th, 2021. So I think that's a technicality that they're trying to get him on. The Republican state-by-state presidential nominating contest is due to kick off next Monday in Iowa, and Trump is expected to easily win that contest. The case is one of 4 criminal prosecutions Trump faces this year as he campaigns to win back the White House. And that's it for the headlines.
Nice. Let's get into topic of the day.
All right, people. So today's topic of the day, yeah, this might be a very quick one, to be fair. But I do want to ask this question. It may seem like a silly question or unfair question, right? But off the top of your head, what do you think about this? Do you think black people just love degenerate behavior? You know what I'm saying? Like, because obviously we saw a lot of stuff yesterday. People are talking about on the internet. We know what happens when there's salacious drama stuff. Everyone floods to it. Likes are up. Comments are up. When it's something that could potentially benefit you and your family in a productive way, it doesn't seem like people have that same gravity towards it. Or am I making this up?
You know what? I'm going to say no.
Okay.
On account of Maury and the Jeremy Kyle show existed. So I'm going to say no. Because literally white trash is an actual saying. It might even be in the dictionary, I don't know, but that's an actual thing. So I would say no.
I don't know. That's not. I think I'd probably give that more to Jeremy Carr, because I think black people have equally contributed to Maury
Degeneracy
and Jerry Springer. To be totally honest with you, like I think the contribution's been pretty equal over the years, you know.
Yeah.
But Jeremy Carr, I'll give it to them.
Because I think human beings like mess. Human beings just like mess. If something's going on in the street, someone's like, 2 people are fighting and whatnot, you just see people park their cars up, get out of their car, not to stop the fight, but just to watch. People like mess. So I wouldn't put it down to just black people loving degeneracy. Okay. Everybody loves a bit of it.
Okay. Brent, what do you think?
The question was, do black people love degeneracy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a human condition, I believe.
Okay, so you feel like Esther's saying, it's just a human thing. Everybody likes it.
Yeah.
Okay, do you feel like black people like it more?
Are you saying, do we perfect it?
Yeah, if you like.
We're more entertaining. Yes, we are more entertaining.
So for you, it's a yes.
Yes, we are more entertaining. We are very good at that. Yes, we excel. We learn from the whites and then perfect it.
Okay, but what about the viewers though? Because that sounds like you're saying the people who are actually involved, they're obviously amazing, but us as the viewers who are not necessarily involved, are we just the greatest consumers of it?
Yes.
All right, cool.
100%. I'm not saying all of us.
Of course.
But I'm saying a large proportion.
Okay. What about you guys?
I don't know, man. I still think, because I'm thinking on the scale of the world, I don't think so. I think if the people that you are around or like the thoughts and stuff you're exposed to and whatnot loves that, it's easy to apply that to everybody. But I don't think so. Yeah, I'm still gonna know no, because I really believe everybody loves it, man. There's tea and mess in everybody's situation. no racist situation.
Obviously, we're not part of the white community and the other communities, right? But do they have their equivalent of like a shade bar?
Towie was mad. The only way is Essex. Crazy show. Crazy. Just always pouring drinks in each other's faces all the time. But when black people did on Love and Hip Hop, it was like, oh my God, it's so aggressive. Nah, that's how babes have been doing it. Even Made in Chelsea, they're always having drama.
But do they have Shedborough?
Yeah, they have their own gossip site. Daily Mail. They have Daily Mail.
Gossip sites and stuff.
They have Daily Mail.
They led the way though, didn't it? And then the black people try to do their own gossip site.
They've been
like
having...
TMZ.
We learn from them.
They've been having...
They don't want to control.
From the magazines.
Yeah,
K Price would let you know they have gossip sites and such.
From back in the day.
I think it's what Brent said. We see what they do, we peep it, we take it on, and then we make it better.
Brent's right. It's a human thing. It's not a black people thing. It's a human thing. I think it's just that we've got different styles, innit?
Okay.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So everybody loves mix up.
Yeah, listen.
And I think if you go to different cultures, the mix up just presents like differently, because obviously black people are loud and flamboyant, innit? Yeah. So I think the drama's just gonna come across that way.
We're audible.
Do you feel me?
Not loud, audible.
Oh, there you go. More pleasant.
Loud's a bit negative.
Like, you see, like the soaps. The soap culture in this country is massive. You get me? That's why they love EastEnders and Coronation Streets, because you can, from the outside looking at people's drama. You get what I'm trying to say? So like sitting there and having a cup of tea over the fence, talking people's business. That's like English mix up in it. You get what I'm trying to say? But it's still there though. Obviously, it's not. It might not be as loud as or as audible as what you might catch on the high street in the market, or someone putting out someone's weave because they were their man and thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's still the same thing.
So okay, using that same example about something happening in the market, right? What race of people are you more likely to see that sort of behavior with in, let's just say, a random market in London? Let's say Dorset Market. Yeah, let's do a Dorset Market, and let's do a bloody what's the other place?
Billings Gate.
East Street.
No, the one in West London.
Petticoat Lane? No, that's in the East as well.
I think it's a P. Is it Portobello?
Portobello Road.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
the one. Yeah.
So in those two places there, who would be most likely to be in these facts, these arguments, these audible ones?
That's not. I still think you're just playing into stereotypes, man.
Because you know how many white people you just see on the road just proper shouting their rights and whatnot. Like I actually don't think it's a black and white thing. It's really, there's a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? A lot of white people that do some crazy things. That's why I never get it when like black people do something and people are like, oh, you're gonna make white people think we're this, and I'm like, do you know how much craziness is in a white setting? What are you talking about?
I've got a hot take.
Go on.
Let's go.
I think we weren't always like this in the Western world. Because we weren't in the Western world, right? We were taken to the Western world and we were taught. And the degenerate parts of our culture are championed by those with resources. So we're looking at it and thinking, hey, in order to be successful, we need to do this. That's how mumble rap came about. And what's that drink that they normally do? Not drink, medicine that they drink.
Lean.
And now it's become a thing to basically consume that in copious amounts.
Lean.
I think they champion certain few, right? Because they know if it is they dumb down our culture or the consumption of our culture or what it is that we're actually putting out to be consumed, then en masse, we'll be dumbed down. That's why the Chinese people have it right. We're having our TikTok. We ain't putting no degenerate stuff on our TikTok. We'll put it to the rest of the world, though.
There you go.
So I don't believe we started out like this. We weren't gossiping in the past. We were gossiping in our huts.
But when you hear that, though, and actually think about it,
Yeah.
in terms of like you know what? Let's take it away from white people now, yeah, or at least white British people.
I'll try.
At least white British people, yeah. When you look at minorities, people have come to this country. Do anyone, like, the other groups do the same sort of things as us in terms of, their affinity towards degeneracy?
I think this is just spitballing right after you ask the question because something popped up in my head. Because obviously we affect youth culture in it a lot, and a lot of the behavior that these like white tongues and whatnot are seeing, they're seeing like what we are perpetuating. The ruling class in the culture, the bad behavior that it's seen, whether it's with the knife crime culture, whether it's the tracksuit culture, all that kind of stuff, and what it comes with, they're perpetuating it in the shires. And when it is you see it, you're like, I know where you got that from.
Yeah, but I just don't understand what's this fascination with claiming this degenerate behaviour.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the fascination with claiming it for black people, because even for me, like, on this island, yeah, in this England, the degenerate behaviour doesn't belong to us in my mindset. I mean, I know like they're trying to get a hold of it and all that, yeah. But like when you leave and you go into town centres around England, or like, when I was watching all them shows coming up as a kid, watching them TV shows, and the real problem in the world of like boozy Britain and all that, and then going around Europe, and then the British representation of the tourists and the things that the way these people are behaving, and the copious amounts of alcohol they're drinking, and the degenerate behaviour that's happening in the towns and the streets of these European countries, these holiday makers and all that. Like, it's not black people.
I like it. So if we break it up, then maybe we will serve this conversation better. So the drinking, right? And the laddish culture, 100% whites.
Yeah.
Because we don't know what that kind of stuff. Then it became an East End thing, right? As in, when I say East End thing, when now blacks, whether they be Caribbean or African, came, you're growing up in that particular environment.
If you're East Ender, you're more, you're prone to that kind of behaviour.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can see it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't used to be all of that.
Yeah. But that probably, feels like East and Southeast. It's the ones that was mixed that had the closest connection to that, to the white culture, like the East and the Southeast and all that. I mean, they've been doing that. But again, I think it's demographic and geography. I think it's a certain type. Say that the ones in maybe like, I don't know, Brixton, Harlesden, that might have been far removed from that.
As in snorting cocaine?
Yeah.
So the blacks used to do it?
Blacks been snorting cocaine.
From looking at America? We were given
forget America, because Americans love cocaine. They're rock stars. But I mean, like, say like in England, I can just use London per se.
Yeah.
I'm saying the ones from like the East End and South East and close to Essex and all that, they're probably they're more exposed to that, innit? Because
they saw their white friends doing it, and their white friends were telling them, "Hey, this is a laugh. It makes you buzzy. Try it." Yeah. And that feels black. And obviously he had been dabbling in the whites as well. I would not have liked him. So once you're there, full on. Yeah. And then came the laddish culture. I know you can't say it's just a white thing anymore. It's just the East End thing.
Yeah, but then again, okay, cool. So what I'm trying to say is
football.
See, football transcends everything. But I'm just saying, I just don't know what the fascination with is to like connecting black people and blackness to degenerate culture, degenerate behaviour. It's like someone made a reference when we was played the baddies thing yesterday. It said something and then you associate it with black people. I'm saying, I don't understand what this fetish is. What is this fascination with having to claiming degenerate behaviour and fuckery and saying, oh yeah, that's our thing, like that's us.
Is that what you think is being done in this room? Or are you talking about people outside this room?
Well, everyone in general, but the conversation that we've been, the question that's been posed to man is kind of doing that, because it's saying, why do black people love this thing? And I would question
it down now. I like it to break it down now, because if it is to be break it down into categories, then we can see who started what, how it's been fostered, on how it can be eradicated. I'm guessing, Emmanuel. That's
but also, like what you're saying, is the narrative fake? You know what I'm saying? Or is there truth to it? So that, like you're saying, bro, also we can just get rid of it.
I was gonna say I think it's fake. It's just like black on black crime. There's crime with everybody, but what society does, what propaganda does, is lets you think that that's only a black problem. If you look in the Midlands, there's a lot. The rate of Asian crime is mad. Then people have gangs and all that kind of stuff going on. I actually studied this in uni, but you don't hear about stuff like that. But what the news tells you is, oh, it's a black on black crime. When it's a white person doing something, they don't say nothing. Hardly even use the word terrorism for white people when it is actually a terrorist. If we're going to go by the definition of terrorism, it is actually a terrorist act. So I think I just think that if something that happens with everybody, but what society will have you do is always blame black people for shit.
100%.
Basically.
I do think there's a slight conversation to be had there, because we know, unfortunately, when we grow up in a certain area, and we see people like us, it isn't a case of as soon as I see you, I'm just warm towards you.
Yeah.
There is this innate, let me suss them out first. Let me screw my face up at them. That fosters violence. Hello, good morning. In fact, I'm gonna have to engage this first.
Morning.
Call again, Christy, please. I know that the black and black thing is a lazy thing, and I don't like when it's used to push certain
narratives.
narratives, 100%, and that's why a lot of us look to push back, especially when it is just coming from a white person's mouth, right? Because they decide to be blind to everything else that is white on white. Do you understand? They don't want to coin it. But when we're having these discussions, surely that should be something that we talk about. The amount of time we look to hurt our own. Do you understand? And I do believe, yes, it stems from somewhere. It stems from way back when, where it was profitable for the white man to have us divided and warring against ourselves. Do you understand? Good morning, Christy.
Nope.
I can't hear you. I don't even think it's me. I don't think it's me because it's engaged.
Christy, call back, please.
God damn. Sorry.
Before Christy calls back, obviously, like you guys pretty much said, about claiming, like, why does it seem like we want to claim this sort of thing, But I think kind of like similar to what Brent may be kind of saying as well, Do you feel like it's important that sometimes we do claim it, though? Not claim it as a badge of honor, but claim it like, guys, the reality is this is nonsense. And the more we say this is not part of our culture, it's not synonymous with black people, we're kind of pushing to the back something that's real that we should actually work to get rid of. But if we say it's not part of us, it will still exist over there, growing, and you know what I'm saying, it will later become an even more bigger problem.
I think the issue sometimes with me with these conversations is that when we have these conversations, it's not just black people listening, it's other people listening, and what they do is that they hear us talk about ourselves the way we do, and then they take that on board as well and treat us that way as well.
Okay.
So that's why for me it's always important to highlight that it's not just a black problem, because then the white person's listening, the Asian person's listening, and be like, oh, and I've actually heard people say that. The things that we say about each other, those conversations don't just stay within ourselves. And so other people then go around and repeat the same things we've said about ourselves, and they move like it's facts. And how do we change the narrative on a bigger scale when they're hearing us talk about ourselves like that? That's why it's tricky for me, man.
I think it's just that, but I just think it's just anything that black people do is just going to get amplified and made that like it's an issue. You know what I'm trying to say? Like that whole culture of liking ratchet things and like all them reality TV shows, all them baddie shows and hit love and hip hop and all these things, they get amplified and made out like that's just black people that's on that ratchetness. But no one ain't saying nothing when white people are watching flipping Geordie Shaw.
You see?
You know what I'm trying to say? And Towie,
X on the beach and all that kind of stuff.
the Kardashians.
Do you think it's because maybe there's a lot more?
Word.
Do you feel like, in fact, is Christy on the thing now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Christy.
Morning, Christy.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not connected to the Bluetooth, but we can hear you on speaker.
Okay. I think there's multiple problems. I think what Marx is saying about this fascination of claiming it as our own, I kind of feel like we've become a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that's the part of the issue. So in that part of claiming stuff as our own, I think we've done that to ourselves, and I think certain behavior has been championed more than it should be like frowned upon. But I feel like the problem is because overall, as an overarching society, a lot of nonsense is championed across the board instead of actually good things. And I think we've just kind of, as Brent said, we've kind of taken that. And because we're black and we control the call and everything we do, it is amplified. But I think the problem with us is it's like it's on steroids now. But I feel like it's definitely a society thing. But we have taken it and just amplified it to no end. And because the spotlight is on us in a way in terms of entertainment and through those avenues, it just looks, obviously it looks away with us. But I also feel like us now, we have a thing of anything goes, whether it's for any attitude of, well, if I'm making the money, if I'm making a bag, then what's the issue? Like, it's like money has controlled the thing as well. Finances has controlled it. Like anything that is that we're not championing anything like decorum is not a thing it's not a thing anymore. There's no decorum, there's no shame, there's no etiquette. None of those words exist now, I feel like. And I think that's across the board. But unfortunately, we've taken it and we've kind of championed it to a point where now no one can't tell you nothing. And I feel like, especially with us in the UK, we've also now taken on board, USA's, the US's crap behaviour also. You know how we'll be like, oh, well, the US is not a real place. I feel like the UK started to become not a real place as well, because we've also fed into that culture. Because obviously then it was just like, that's what they were doing over there. So they had all the trash TV, and it was even white-led. All that kind of reality TV stuff started there. That was the nucleus. It was over there. It has now seeped into UK culture in terms of that's what we want to project. That's what we want. We want that. And the whole thing of obviously becoming like influencers and becoming known and all that kind of stuff. That is that holds more currency now. In terms of like me not, if even just in simple day to day, like we talk about in relationships and stuff like that, like just simple, like, okay, can we just not be private? Do we need to air out everything on socials? Is everything need to be a dialogue? No, it doesn't. But I just think we don't do enough of there's not any self-regulating anymore. Personally, there's no self-awareness, there's no self-regulation anymore either. So it's like anything is a free-for-all. And if you now try to say, well, no, this is not correct, it's like then we bring in the politics of the respectability politics. Oh, why are you trying to? Is it because the white man said this or this? No, it's not because of that. Why? I feel like we can be decent black people without associating with white people. If that makes it like I'm not saying it because white people are a certain way or viewed a certain way. No, we also can act like we've got sense. Like I don't understand. We were people of sense. So it's a tricky one. I feel like it's definitely been amplified with us, and definitely we having these conversations in mixed company doesn't help. But then again, we talk about we throw anti-blackness any way, which way forward in mixed company. So again, I feel like it's just how we see ourselves, and I don't know. I think we're just at a point now that the Western whatever has just seeped in, and now it's not even I feel like it's become a black British thing now. This is what I was talking about when we used to have them conversations, where it's like now it's part of black British culture now. It's an amalgamation of all those things. So I don't know. I just feel like things like decorum, etiquette, all that things, we need to bring that back. Shame, I'm sorry, we need to bring it back. It needs to be bring back.
I've been telling y'all.
We need to regulate that kind of behavior. But because no one's regulating that behavior, and everything is like, oh, well, I want to be this, I want to be that. Anything goes now. So I think that's the issue with us.
Hey, Christy, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Take care, bye.
Thanks, Christy.
I wanted to ask you guys another point, that Imi made in the chat. Well, she put something in there. Do you feel like it's a class thing, number one? And number two, do you feel like other group. Well, she says other groups are doing it. They're posting it, but it's just the algorithm is showing us certain things. So it seems like it's worse, perhaps.
I don't think it's a class thing.
Okay.
It's definitely a class thing.
Oh, you don't think?
I do think it's a
Oh,
class
it is?
thing.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay. So the more, let me not say educated blacks, the more, the black people who are of a certain thing.
Yeah, but again, do you know what it is? I'm still thinking people. I'm not, because I'm not putting this just down to black people.
Yeah, yeah.
Because black people are not the only ones who, quote unquote, like degenerate behavior. So
100%.
for me, I'm thinking about people, and it is a social class thing. And I think that sometimes, even if you've worked your way out of a class, you have to be intentional about your interests have to change alongside that. And so sometimes people might be, quote unquote, upper class.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't see that happening. Because if you're upper class, that you invest in the kind of things that you're interested in. Yeah, I just think, I really just think that. I think it's also like a mindset thing. Because I personally don't, and this is not to say anything about anybody, so everyone hold on to your silly little thongs, but I personally am not into like trash TV like I used to be. But again, my interest in a lot of things have changed.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy going out. I don't really enjoy socialize. Like, so my interests have changed. I haven't changed classes, but my interests have changed. Do you get what I mean? But I would definitely bring it down to a social class thing. Because when I think about the Maury and I think about Jeremy Kyle, there weren't no middle class people that were actually having issues on there. It's a certain kind of people that show targets. Do you know what I mean? It targets people that are not doing as great in society. And when you think about trash shows and trash TV and whatever, it is that. And that's where even what Chris was saying about, it's about image, about how you're carrying yourself, about shame and stuff like that. You would, like, you carry yourself differently. So I definitely think it's a class thing, bro.
Can I ask, I feel like Brent may have touched on this a bit and Christy as well, but do you feel like, just to get down to the heart of it, integration and assimilation has pretty much caused this? Because if you look at Asian people that come to this country, I feel like their parents anyway would say their kids don't behave like how they behaved when they were back home and things of that nature. They would say these lot are more free. As much as Asian people still behave in a particular way, you know that you can go to Tower Hamlets and see Bangladeshi people acting crazy just like other black people and other white people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everybody does it, right? But do you feel like that's because they've now come to the UK, come to London, and we've assimilated? Not necessarily because we're now rubbing shoulders with white people, but because of the social economic reality that we're in this country.
Do you know what? I don't think it's that, because I think with Western influence is worldwide. Okay. So I think wherever there is Western influence is where you get this.
Okay.
Because when I think about, because I can think about black people here, but when I think about black people back home, some of them have the same interests and all that kind of stuff. Like, we're seeing reality TV shows now happening back home. There's the Real Housewives of Lagos. There's the Real Housewives of Dubai. There's the Real Housewives of, like, I don't know, they might do a Kingston one soon, get Jada and Steff on there if they can. Yeah. But you get what I mean? Like, there's all these things in places where there's Western influence. It's happening there because, again, it's about the music. Music travels. Yeah. The music, TV, media, all that stuff travels. So if people like it, if it looks cool to them, if it looks interesting, it looks fun to them, they are going to take it on. That's why artists are able to go around the world and literally sell out shows. You can go to Jamaica and sell out. Just sell out. On account of, again, they've seen, like, it's that influence. So I don't think it's necessarily because we came here. I think it's everywhere that Western culture is infiltrated. And that's why places like China and South Korea, North Korea, we want that little man. That's why it can't work. Because, again, they've done everything they can to ensure there's no Western influence that comes into the places, into the countries. So you wouldn't get a North Korean Cardi B. Do you get what I mean?
Okay. And if you deep it, like, white people taught the immigrants that came to this country that children had rights. Because they were calling their mum Betty, Jane, and then they were saying, if it is that they threaten to beat you, there's a number.
Social services.
Yes.
Yeah, because you got your little white friends in school telling you, oh yeah, but she can't talk to you like that. Hey. My house she can. This house she can. So
they were walking around their household as children thinking that they were big people.
It's mad.
Degenerate.
And they were big people.
So you think a lack of good parenting
Lack of
and
discipline.
discipline?
Do you know how shocked I was when I came to this country and I saw the way the kids they're making teachers cry. And I went to a grammar school. Like, they're making teachers cry. And I was like, this is what you lot do. It's crazy.
Absence of discipline, man.
It's
the
yeah, it
beginning of
is really
degenerate
indiscipline.
Society.
It's mad.
Absolutely mad.
Western culture.
Damn shame. Random thought though. Do you feel like they should bring back beating in classrooms?
No,
Definitely not.
definitely not. I think it's mad. I even like the fact that even in Nigeria as well, that's not really.
Are they stopping it?
It's like in private schools and stuff. It's not running. You can't beat my child.
Do you think it's because in private schools maybe the need for it is a lot less?
No.
And-
There's a need for it.
But
I went to
less,
private
though.
school.
But less though.
No.
No?
Kids are still the same. They were the same yesterday, today, and ever. Kids are twats.
Okay.
Kids are the same. But I just don't think that you should be beating people's kids. You can't be like, even my mum can't smack my child. I'm not having that.
Is it?
Yeah, why you? No.
I mean,
No.
if you don't, then
Nope.
Yeah.
If I say we're not
you
smacking
don't-
my children,
yeah.
and then I drop my kid off for you to babysit, and then you hit my child, you will never see this child again, and you will never see me again.
Yeah.
Like you're cut off.
That's too confusing
That's
for the child.
disrespectful.
See, I think
Nah,
it takes
man.
a whole village, man. You're allowed to beat my youth if you
That's,
deserve it.
that's because you do it.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but you think if you've allowed me, if you've put
There you
charge,
go.
if you've
There you
charged
go.
me, if you've charged me to
Thank
look
you.
after your youth, yeah, you think your youth disrespecting me?
You said it right the first time. If I've given you permission.
No, if you've given me permission to look after you, if you've left him in my charge,
Nah,
agreement.
man.
There's no silent
Trust
agreement.
me,
if,
guys,
you, if you've left your
you
child,
give me your child, you mean everything. No.
I've got the duty of care to look after him. This is my. I will. If you think your child's gonna fix his mouth and disrespect me, I will box your youth.
See, your
Anyway.
threshold for disrespect might be different than mine. Do you
Huh?
understand? Your threshold for disrespect might be different than mine. Because I can see you cussing my child and my child's looking like my child's learning cuss words from you.
Bro,
Coming
coming home
you know,
using on their
agreement.
siblings.
And you're saying, but this is my house. You left it with me.
My house, my rules.
I'll beat your youth, man.
Nah, you're dumb. Nope. No one could ever like.
Because
ever
a
hit my
stranger
child.
can't beat my youth, but if someone I care about beat my youth, I'll ask why did you beat him? If you told me and it was justified, then I'll say okay.
Nah,
'Cause that's what he needs.
Nah,
That's what he needed. That's what I would have done.
You got to
Like,
carry on
fair
the
enough.
rules
I would
of
have done the
parents'
same shit.
Nah, man. Because it's like saying your kids aren't allowed sweets in your house, but then when they're at your house, what you just give them sweets? No, they don't eat like that.
Yeah,
They're
but-
not allowed.
Yeah, but in my yard's different.
Nah,
that's why
man.
they like forward in there. You get me? 'Cause then,
So I can go to Mark, so you can't.
yeah, my
Because they're
yard.
craving sweets. Nope.
I'm not gonna lie,
That
I'm
you
a bad
broccoli.
uncle then because I'm not like if you give me your use, like I'm not. This ain't your parents' rules. Come to my
No, but
yard.
you know what?
now.
It's
This is
different if
my
they're
rules
allowed
now.
it though. If they're allowed it, it's different because my niece and I love my niece and nephew. I'll do anything for those kids. And with my niece and nephew, like I know when my niece comes, I know when she's in her house, she goes to bed at like what 8, 7 p.m. When she's at our house, we're gisting and what do you get me? But because she knows that here. But again, it's not a thing where like her parents are like, you're not allowed that. Even like the other day, she came round to our house here and it was so sweet. I was so proud of her because they came round, obviously my brother was there and whatnot. And my mum was like, "Oh, do you want some food? Like making some food." She goes, "Oh, let me go and let my dad know first." My mum was like, "No, it's coming." I said, "Hey," I said, "No, don't interrupt with her parenting because that's what her parents have asked her to do." And she went and asked her dad, "Daddy, I'm hungry. Can I get grandma's offer me some food?" And he was like, "Yeah." But again, we babysit them. They're always at my house and stuff like that. But it's about discipline. That she knows she can eat it. Of course, my brother doesn't mind.
Yeah, of course.
But again, it's about the discipline you've instilled in your children. So
That's
she knows that I
exactly
just need to double check my dad. It's not going to be an issue, but let me do that. Mum was like, "Oh, no, it's grandma." I said, "Hey, ma'am, that is the process." Because again, if her mum was like, "Oh, you know, it's fine. I'm your grandma, she could go to her mum's best friend's house.
Yeah.
And then she could be confused and be like, "Well, this is mum's best friend." So I'll just say yes.
Yeah.
Nah, man. What's the comment say? The comment says, "Do you think all white people claim that chav, geezer, hooligan type culture, they can separate that, they don't associate with that?" It's true. Because they see it as a class issue. They see it as a class. We're the only ones who see things as a race issue. And it's not a race issue.
Do you think though?
When you go up in class, though, you get a different type of degeneracy because they have access
yeah, true.
to different resources. So it will be the
Yeah, that's true.
and
Yeah, that's true actually, yeah. Because they never really grew up with
rape
race
and
as
stuff.
a
Sorry, R and stuff.
they never grew up as
You get away with madness, man.
yeah, they're mad. But they never actually grew up. Yes, that's true because they never grew up as a race as a factor. But we've grown up with race and class as a factor. Like we know we're black and poor. Two struggles.
And also, we're forgetting that racism is the core of the degenerate pool, and they master all of that with all through the class systems. You don't think so?
Just remembered.
That's the worst
time,
degenerate thing out there.
One time, I don't know if I can say, is this PC? Is it PC to call people gypsies?
No.
Travelers.
No, yeah, travelers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Travelers.
so I did ask a question. Calm down. Anyways, travelers, right? I just can't. It's 10th of the year. So basically, I had these neighbors who were travelers, yeah, but they're like really, really cool. Because when we moved to the neighbor, everyone's like, "Oh, they're
Neighbours?
yeah,
As in,
neighbors.
They were
Right next to us.
they had a house.
They had a house right next to us.
Caravan.
No. Did I ever live in a? Do I look like babe to live in a caravan?
This is what I'm
It was a house.
No, but they might have been parked if you lived
It
on the
was
end.
a house. They lived
Be
in
under the road.
But I'll tell you though, we only knew there's hella kids up in there.
Yeah.
So you know,
standard.
it's only like two faces that you recognize. Recognize the woman and the dad, the head of the heads of the household. As far as the kids were concerned, we don't know.
Yeah.
Hella people in the house, right? So and I remember one time, I think one of them, the kids must have been playing. They were very lovely though, very because we heard things about them that obviously came from stereotypes when moving to the area. But when we got to know them, they were so lovely. And I remember one time, I think they were playing. My brother must have parked his car, come see us, and one of them was like playing around his car, something like that. Anyway, but he was just cool, didn't say nothing again. And then the dad comes out, he goes, "Was it disturbing you? Because you got the right to smack him, you know. You can just smack him if you want." And also, when my brother's got muscles, yeah, people are very drawn to him. Like they like to. People are begs, man. They like to, you know, just beg friends with him and whatnot. And he was like, "No, if he acts up, you can just smack him around." We're like, "What the hell?" My brother was like, "No, he's fine." But that just reminded me when he was talking about smacking people's kids. But yeah.
Yo, them travelers, yeah, they love Jesus, you know. If you
To
know,
be fair, they didn't know what Jesus lovers.
yo, they always talk about
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, Tyson Fury talking about Jesus. All of them.
They're
Jesus,
very
Jesus.
nice.
Yeah.
Very lovely people.
I've never seen them in church though,
No.
but
No.
I guess we don't go to the same church.
Well,
They hold their own congregation.
in the van.
So
There's enough.
wait a minute. Imagine. It's not okay for me to ask you if they had a house, but you say their church is a van?
No. Good question. But I do think in this really is the problem in this country though. It's crazy.
Can I ask this question? Yeah, do you feel like there's some degenerate aspects of culture that are worse than others though? So, for example, maybe when you do go up in class,
Yeah.
those are just less detrimental to society. You know what I'm saying? And maybe less chance of those things. I guess taking somebody from upper class all the way down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's what Brent said, where the levels of degeneracy is just different at in each class. Because there's certain people, I'm not gonna say what kind of people, they love cocaine.
Yeah.
They love it.
sure.
That's what they have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like that is their thing. Like I've heard allegedly, Canary Wharf is cocaine central. Like that's just where the cocaine resides. Do you get what I mean? So I think it's just a level. It's different levels. It's just different. Degeneracy looks different to people because then there is where you get a lot of white collar crime. Still a criminal, but because they're stealing from, I guess, all these trading and all that kind of stuff, is seen as a more elite type of fraud. But fraud is fraud. It's still fraud. They're not banging. They're not doing bank accounts or EE phones like the lower people. But what they're doing, Han, is still fraud. So degeneracy is just different, and across different classes. I think.
I keep saying they lean into racism heavy. When you go up the class, lean into it heavy.
It's crazy, man.
I'm saying that's the worst. That's the worst form.
Do you think, to kind of wrap up, do you feel like, since it is a class thing, we're saying, right, because maybe the majority of black people are in the working and middle class, that's why we feel it and see it as much as we do?
I think so, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was more of us,
Yeah.
and kind of not equally, but I guess kind of like how the proportion in each class would be similar to like white people, Asian people, for example, we would feel the effects of it less.
I think so. Someone said, yes, that dancing hench dude, he's a terrible, terrible character.
That's one of the worst things ever in life.
That guy, honestly.
That's worse than racism.
So what, racism?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is the reason behind racism.
Thank you.
He is single-handedly the cause of racism. I don't think you understand how angry
Horrible.
and irritated and just annoyed and disgusted. Like, I never want to see him because I just want to read him for filth. I hate those videos.
It's a damn shame. Why do we hate it though? As much as we
Because
do.
I hate embarrassment. First of all, I hate when people do stuff. First of all, I hate when people do stuff to impress white people. That's first. That's why I hate when it is a white person speaking Yoruba or eating African food or Caribbean food or dancing. That's the worst thing. I hate dancing men anyway, if I'm being honest. I hate a dancing man. That is my number one ick. I hate dancing men anyway, right? As in synchronized dancing.
Yeah, of course.
It's on to warrior kind of dance. Because when I think about it, because you know, like when people go to like the Caribbean, I think that's so cool. Though. I like watching those. I like watching when they do this synchronized dancing. Because
okay.
do you know what I mean? Because in my mind, I'm like, do you use that practice? Do they practice, or does it just come from the spirit? But then I hate seeing Safari dance.
I never seen it.
Oh, you don't want to see it?
Serious?
Well, look at old Nicki Minaj videos. He's in the background of every video dancing.
What, as in
That was his contribution to her career. Well, I never heard bars, but that's not the point.
As in official music videos?
Yes, and performances, and like when she was on tour, he would
Serious?
always be at the background, popping and locking it.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
Hate to see it. But I'm talking about that stupid dancing guy. Yeah, I feel like it's embarrassing. I hate stuff that looks so shameful. And I think also as well, like, I personally just don't like the way people do stuff in the name of content. And I find a lot of things unfunny. So I don't know what his goal is. Is he meant to be funny? Or is he meant to be entertaining? Like, what's he trying to achieve here?
This is what I'm asking, because I feel like he is trying to do his... He obviously has an audience.
Of course he does. The
You know what I'm
entertainers finish. Because I want him to go and do it in the streets of Lagos. Actually, then people wouldn't do what I want him to do. I want him to be flogged out of an establishment. That's what I really want.
Do you
what's
feel
on my
the
heart.
same way about the skinny dancing guy who has the big afro? And he does the same song. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, crap.
I don't know what guy you're talking about. But I don't like dancing men.
Let me find it.
I like men that like, you know, when you're vibing dancing, I'm cool with that. But when you start to like getting your synchronized, like, oh my gosh,
And the mouth's open.
and you're sweating heavy. Get a grip. So shameful.
Just behave yourself.
Oh my gosh. Do you know my worst fear in life is being at an event and my man is in the circle. As in my man is in the middle of as in there's a circle around. Yeah, I've never seen that. But yes, that does piss me off too. I have this exact same energy. I have the same energy for anybody that's just popping and locking it on command. What are you doing? But again, I know that I cringe at stuff and I get secondhand embarrassment on behalf of people. Like, I would not bring something up because I know that it's embarrassing for you. So just because I live that embarrassment moment. I think that's what it is with that guy. I just think it's just embarrassing. And what are you doing?
Boy.
I wonder if he gets paid. Because I've never seen him like...
He definitely gets paid.
But yeah.
No, from what though? Because I've never seen him do like a hashtag ad. Then again, I don't know his page.
Yeah. Some of the restaurants that you see him in,
Yeah.
they've paid for him to go
Oh,
there.
is it?
100%.
Okay, well, get your money, King.
100%.
That's not what I mean.
I even saw him do an ad.
Is
And he
it?
was acting out and then he started dancing.
Sometimes I just think, how is that? And is that someone's partner?
Maybe it's because he's so big too.
Oh, die single.
But there's another guy, because
Ugh.
I think someone sent me a link, or I just saw it randomly, where they were talking about these type of people, right?
Yeah.
So it was him and some other guy who was just like doing some nonsense over food. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
He was just doing... I can't even try and make an impression. It's like he was just doing...
Was he dancing?
just getting excited over like the food, pouring the syrup or the barbecue wings all over the thing, just acting like
think I
a
saw
bloody...
that.
Twat.
Black it.
Yeah. They're in the same
See, I hate stuff.
category.
They're all in the same category. I hate stuff like that. I just think, like, act like you've been here before. Like, can you just have some shame Have some class. Carry yourself properly.
But again, before we wrap up, yeah, are we being fair? Are these people?
Probably not.
No,
He's
but
just
just
enjoying himself.
I know I'm not being fair. Because before you said that, I was actually
Yeah.
thinking, nah, why am I so strict like this?
Exactly.
But I know I'm not, because it's how I've been raised. I've been raised to have
Precisely.
shame.
This is it.
That's the thing. I've been raised to have shame. And my kind of fun is not in acting in being some kind of prop. So I'm not being fair to them, because you can never convince me to see the joy and fun in that. That's stupid to me.
That's true.
So I know I'm not being fair, because I know that I am literally projecting how it is that I live and the kind of things that I want to see. But I have no problem with that. I'm absolutely confident and comfortable projecting my shit on that foolishness that I see, that I hate seeing.
For sure.
But that's why I would never comment on it and be like, you're embarrassed. Like, I would never put things I don't like. I don't make, unless I'm asked about it, I don't make a point. I don't go out my way to let the people that are doing it know that I disapprove of it, because it doesn't matter what I personally think. So I would never like comment on one of those videos and be like, oh, this is so embarrassing, have some shame, or you're embarrassing anybody. Like, I would never do that, because that's their idea of fun. And who am I to have, like, force people to have fun the way I have fun? Do you know what I mean? So I would never do that. But do I respect it? No.
Well, I guess we can wrap up there, man. Hopefully 2024 will be a year of less degeneracy. You know what I'm saying?
It won't. Based on word and road, it wouldn't.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it will not. So,
But yeah. Well,
that ship is sunk.
that's it for topic of the day, man.
Thank you very much. Let's get into our next headlines. I think you read the Trump one, yeah.
All right, people. So our next headline: David Cameron has said that he's worried that Israel's war on Gaza may have included breaches of international law. Can you imagine?
Thank you, Captain Obvious. So he came all the way back just to tell us what we already knew.
But
He's earning his salary, isn't he?
I guess at least he's doing it. What about the person before? You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, and that's the problem with mediocrity. When people are so mediocre, when you get a little crumb, it looks like excellence. Nah, he's as bad as the last guy.
True indeed. Speaking to the British Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee on Tuesday, Cameron said some of what he had seen during the war in the besieged Palestinian territory was deeply concerning. Asked during a question and answer session with lawmakers if Israel could be vulnerable to a challenge from the International Criminal Court, ICC, in The Hague over whether its actions were proportionate, Cameron said that the stance was close to that. While the former Prime Minister did not directly answer questions about whether he had received legal advice that Israel might have broken the law, he had said that some incidents had raised questions over whether there had been any breaches. The Foreign Affairs Committee scrutinises the work of the UK Foreign Ministry, to which Cameron was appointed late last year. And our last headline is, trigger warning here, guys, sad news, man, but it takes us to India, where the police have said that the CEO of an Indian AI startup has been arrested on suspicion that she murdered her 4-year-old son after his body was found in her luggage. Goddamn disgusting.
People are scary, man.
Yeah, man. Suchana Steff, she was the head of the Mindful AI Lab, and she was detained in Karnataka state when she was returning from Goa by taxi and arrested after the boy was found in her luggage. Steff could not be reached for any comments, of course. Why would she be able to be reached for comments, though, if she's been bloody arrested?
Yeah, because you're going to ask her from the jail. Get the guard. They write an article in you. What do you have to say about that? And she says, no comment. And then he lets people know she said no comment. It's not hard. They know exactly where she is. The fact they know exactly where she is because they put her there, it's to be the easiest thing to get comment from her.
This is true. Well, like I said, she couldn't be reached for a comment.
She couldn't be reached.
And she was in custody. And police said that they did not know if she has a lawyer as yet. Oh. So Steff has checked into a hotel with her son. Well, this is what happened. She had checked into a hotel with her son in Goa on Saturday, but the boy was not with her when she checked out on Monday night. Right? This is what the police inspector said, yeah. The hotel cleaning staff found blood stains in the room after she checked out and informed the police. Police then asked the taxi driver by phone to take Steff to the nearest police station. Wow. Good interception.
I don't know what taxi driver she was in. That's good intelligence.
I guess maybe she got the people downstairs to organise it for her. You know what I mean? You know, sometimes you'd be like, oh, organise taxi for me to leave at 11.
Okay, so they know who they're
But
called.
if she's done a murder, why are you telling people where you're going and stuff? Just go out there quickly.
Yeah, well, murderers, some people that kill are not smart. Because they get caught in the most stupid way and it's like, you did all of this and for what?
True indeed, man.
They just caught you at your nearest McDonald's. Okay.
Taking a break.
Bro, can you imagine your long travels? Crazy.
Well, when her luggage was open, the child's dead body was found, man.
That's horrible, man.
Goa police brought Steff back to Karnataka, adding that her husband was in Indonesia and was asked to return to India. So yeah, man, they were unable to, Reuters were unable to contact Steff's husband or anyone in her family for a comment. So yeah, very sad, man. But that's it for the headlines.
Thank you very much. Let's get
Time
into
to
some...
pay the bills. Time to pay the bills.
Sorry, I got excited. Let's get into some Word on Road. All right. So I told you guys on Monday that Love Island is back. I actually didn't clock. One of the lineup is remember I said Liberty was in there, right? The white girl. Jake is in there too. Remember Jake, the one that was messing about with her.
Is Jake in there?
Yeah, the one that was. Remember the one when they did the movie night? And he was like, "What did you say?
think he just saw me?
You think someone just saw me?
You think he
Yeah,
saw me?
yeah. He's in there. He looks a bit different there, but he's in there as well. That's
Plastic
crazy.
surgery.
Wait, Liberty's the one that's like a bit chubby.
Yeah,
Eh?
Liberty. Remember
White girl.
that was one of her things when he
She wasn't chubby, was she?
well, white girl.
White, yeah, white.
See,
yeah.
white girl
Gone to the
standards.
whites.
Apparently, she was because he was moving like she was obese. He was moving like he basically was like he didn't like chubby girl. Like she's a bit too chubby.
She's a bit breasty.
Sometimes she's sister just said size 12. But-
Yeah, she might be white chubby, actually.
Yeah, she's in there. She's there. So they're both going to be in this. I'm actually going to watch it. But basically, what I was going to say about it today, it's only 5 weeks long. I can commit to that. Actually, no, because it comes
Is
at
it,
9.
is
innit?
it the main show? Oh, it's not.
It's a
All-star thing?
Yeah, all-star
Okay,
thing. So
that's
everyone
right,
from
then.
old seasons. But it's only 5 weeks long because there's no casa more.
No Casa.
No casa. And they basically just said that, listen, you just don't know how it goes. You know the vibe. Get in there and do what you need to do. Basically, find love again or
Yeah, I
keep
suppose
moving.
if it's an all-star thing, then there's no need for
There's
Casa,
no-
is
yeah,
there?
because they act all excited and shit for casa. Don't be stupid. You've been there before. Stop all the foolishness. So yeah, that's happening. This was actually shocking news for me, and neither parties have confirmed it. But in my experience of following certain celebrities, when something is released about them, they do be confirming. They do quickly be denying it. So this might actually be true. But basically, Tiwa Savage wrote to the Nigerian police about Davido threatening and harassing her. Couldn't believe it. So a letter was sent, leaked. Leaked. That's what we're gonna, because it's the whole letter. So cheeky, the full-on letter. But anyways, right? A letter was sent and its subject line says urgent intervention required, threat of assault and grievous bodily harm by Mr. David Adeleke, which is Davido's name, and Tiwa Tokwe Omolara Savage. You're having your last name actually be Savage is so lit, you know. So cool.
I'm sure I've got like somewhere in the family. I think on the in-law side.
That's a Savage.
Uncle Savage.
Sick.
Someone. I'm always like, who's this guy?
Is it related to Tiwa?
I don't think so.
I don't think there's many Savages around. Well, they are, but actual Savages.
Only a few claim it.
Boy, that is true. That is a word. Excuse me? But yeah, so basically, the letters addressed to the Commissioner of Police, and essentially what had happened was, I'll give you guys a summary. So on 23rd of December, so background, Davido has children, right? And he's got 3 baby mothers, I believe.
Oh, was it? I thought it was only
No, Whiskey, no.
Whiskey. Okay, cool.
It's just Whiskey went and killed them, allegedly. Davido was, because Davido kind of set them up, and they were kind of CEOs and boss babes and whatnot. Like
Yes.
they're all patterned essentially. So that was where the comparison was. But Burna Boy is the only one out of the 3 giants in Nigeria. You know people how people get. That isn't that we don't
careful.
know of is sowing his seed around. He ain't got no kids, but his mum. I told you his mum is his manager. She don't play. His mum don't play. Anyways, right? So I wonder how she feels about all this stuff thing going on.
Boy.
Anyways, so basically on the 20th, so Tiwa also has a son, and her son is friends with Sophia, which is one of Davido's baby mothers. I hate saying the word baby mothers, but just because I can't think of another word. Yeah.
Why is that word? Why does people get so offended by that word?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
We're trying to leave at 10 today. Nah, because I think it's the way people say it sometimes. People kind of say it. Sometimes people say it in a disrespectful way. So because they say it in a disrespectful way, they've ruined it for everybody.
Okay.
It's one of the like the female.
Okay, yeah.
Because when guys that says female so strongly, they basically spit in your eyes like, oh, okay. But they've ruined it for everybody else who actually doesn't know that female can be used in a horrible way. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, so her son is friends with Davido's daughter Imade, and they're basically like best friends. Do you get what I mean? And whatnot. So anyways, on the 23rd of December, Tiwa put up a video of her and Sophia, that's the kid's mum, on her Instagram story. Well, that was it. That was what Davido basically sent messages to her manager saying that, who apparently they share like management, but basically sent messages to her manager saying that she shouldn't worry and she should never say a word to him, and that she was taunting him, as in Tiwa was taunting him, and she was very disrespectful, malicious, and yeah. So basically, he claimed that because she took a snap or a video with his baby mothers, apparently they're currently like having issues or whatnot. She was basically taunting him and being very disrespectful and being malicious and saying derogatory things. Obviously, he added some spice and Maggie and stuff to the story anyway, because all it was just a video of her with the woman chilling and whatnot. And then she said she responded and told him not to reach out to her, especially as Tiwa Savage has been there for Davido, for him, his daughter Imade, which is one that the woman is friends with, and also more importantly when he lost his son. Remember, he lost a child last year, and basically apparently she said that all of that little exchange led to a barrage of calls and messages from their mutual connections, asking what she did to upset him, and that why, and that basically saying that Davido is upset that she's maintained a relationship with Sophia, who apparently he's having issues with. Why am I in it? What's that got to do with anything? So I can't be friends with somebody because you and her have relationship problems. Furthermore, as well, we're forgetting all of this. Davido is married. He's married and with newborn twins. You have a lot on your plate, sir, to be worried about. But anyways, and then this is where it gets mad. He basically said that he was telling her, the mutuals, obviously to report back to her, that she needs to be careful in Lagos because he was going to fuck her up. Yeah. So that's where it gets crazy. So she's basically saying that she basically just said that if should anything happen to her, my phone, should anything happen to her, the Nigerian police should hold him responsible. And I know what you're thinking, listening from Western ears, that, well, that doesn't make sense because obviously you need evidence, stuff like that. But I'm here to tell you that's actually how things run in Nigeria. What you got to do is say it. Should anything happen to me, this person should be held responsible. And guess what? Something does happen to you, they hold the person you said responsible. It's a funny place. Hold on. Sorry, dropped my phone. So yeah, man, so that's what's happening. Tiwa hasn't said anything about it, which I doubt she will anyway. She's a very gracious babe. But David hasn't said anything. He just basically was tweeting about this new verse he wrote and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if you've ever seen that meme where it basically says that when someone's getting cooked and whatnot, they just start tweeting some random shit. That's basically what he was doing. But one thing about Davido, if something is false, he would always, he sees everything and he would always respond to it. So the fact that he hasn't responded to it is a bit interesting, but I'll keep an eye on that and see how all that unfolds. And in Black Excellence news, Angela Bassett has finally got an Oscar.
Oh, nice.
I know, right? I think that was the only thing that she just hadn't gotten. So she finally got an Oscar, and she also, what's it called? I know Regina King as well. So she and Regina King are trending at the moment because Regina King also presented her with a Governor's Award. A Governor's Award and her honorary Oscar. Yeah. It's really cute, man.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm happy for her, man.
Do you know what film?
No, it was an honorary one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was for the, what's it called? Yeah, the 14th Governor's Awards. And so she got like an honor for that and then the Oscar as well.
Okay.
Just
Well
sweet.
done,
So
man.
big up her, man.
She deserves it.
Yeah, she does, man. Big up her. And then also, what else am I talking about today? Sorry, my page is just going everywhere. Oh yeah, Bernice King, which I'm very happy about this, has basically subtly addressed Sir Jonathan Majors. So she basically tweeted and said, "My mother wasn't a prop. She was a peace advocate before she met my father and was instrumental in him speaking out against the Vietnam War. Please understand, my mama was a force." And then she also had a Huffington Post of what she wrote about her mum and her mum's life all these years. So hopefully this man with his fetish will get some help about that and stop using this woman as just a woman that just held a man down. She was way, 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 way more than that. Right. But again, I think what he really means, I don't think he actually wants a literal Coretta. He just wants someone who is fine as he wants to pursue white women. I think that's really what it's about. What can you say?
No, I was just gonna say, because you're talking about Coretta and obviously her being the wife of the great MLK, and you mentioned Angela Bassett.
Yeah,
she played the wife of Malcolm X, innit?
What did she?
In Malcolm X, yeah. So it just reminded me of that. That was an amazing film, by the way, guys. Watch it, Malcolm X, Spike Lee.
Yeah, but see, because you talk about Malcolm X and all these people so much, I don't know if I don't know if that's a genuine review.
No, for real. Denzel was Malcolm.
Do you like Denzel?
You should have got an Oscar for that. 100%.
I do like Denzel. Okay.
An amazing performance.
Okay. I hear it then. I can take that one. The girls are still at it. And quite honestly, I just think at this point it's just embarrassing for all parties involved. So obviously Jada released a song and we actually heard the preview here yesterday morning, but then System released an extended version. Cut a long story short, she basically just said Steff was old. This girl's 32 years old. Said she was old. Said her brother's a nonce. That she actually made that the chorus, which I think was just wild. Talked about her body parts, just kind of slut shamed her as well. I don't want to repeat all of that stuff on account of. I just don't think women should be doing all this foolishness. Yeah, and then obviously Steff hadn't responded, and then people were like, "Oh, you know what? Steff didn't respond because she got killed. That isn't she got bodied and." Jada's won and anyway, last. Well, probably not a good reference to make anymore. But Steff has responded, and she basically put up what's it called, an obituary poster of Jada. Because remember Jada's picture that the cover for the song that she put out.
Oh yeah.
We saw yesterday. It was Steff. Remember, it was Steff, but it was Steff pre-surgery.
Okay.
So now she's done a picture of Jada, I guess pre her works. But I mean, Jada's pretty. She looks like a 90s beauty. Low haircut and whatnot. She just looks cute. But anyways, she's like a retro babe kind of vibe. So anyways, it says,
I don't think Steph's going to win this one because Jada's too lame.
But Jada's not an artist, though, isn't it? Where is she? She's not an artist, is she?
I don't know. I couldn't tell
I
you.
think she is.
She is.
Oh, is
Yeah,
she?
I think she is, but I never
okay.
heard. I couldn't tell you one of her rhythms were.
Well, she's got some fans now, I'll tell you that.
No, she's been had fans.
No, I mean, like, so she's gained some new ones. Because I was seeing on my town and people were like, "Oh, I'm going to start paying attention." I said, "Oh, okay." Yeah. But basically, yeah, so she put on there Jada Ashanti Murphy, I guess her full name. We're not sure what date she was born, as this person doesn't even have a Wikipedia. Then it says the date that I guess she's going to... And that's today. So Steff hasn't released it. It's just basically like a preview. So it hasn't actually dropped. I'm not sure where Steff is in the world, as in what time zone she is. But ma'am, because she was like, "Meet me back here tonight." I said, "Tonight? Girl, it's gonna be dead by then." No one cares. Because basically Jada also yesterday said that after the extended version she released, she said she's done. She said she's in a loving relationship now. Party. But I guess that's what they do in the relationship. But she said she's in a loving relationship now, and so she's not going to be going back and forth anymore. She just had to make a point, essentially, and she did this for her culture and for dancehall. So there you have it. And then obviously Steff is basically saying she's going to drop something tonight. From the responses, people are not really taking well to the whole "in loving memory of" poster. It's like, it's a bit childish and it's a bit... I don't know and I don't care. There is a preview, but again, I don't understand patois. Some girl online basically was like how she doesn't understand why people are asking for translation of patois. It just means that we're not listening properly and we obviously don't care because it's not hard to understand. I said, what? And then someone else who's Jamaican was like, first of all, you are disrespecting what it is as an actual language if you say that it's not hard to understand. I'm like, you should try. Okay, then I bet you listen to Ashake and tell me, and I come and tell you, well, it's Yoruba, it's not hard to understand. You can get the context. Don't be silly. But anyway, she did do some kind of preview. I don't know what she was talking about in the preview because again, I don't understand the language. So there's that. So if you care about it, I guess go back and meet Steph on her Instagram tonight at some point. And then in really good news as well, remember last year I told you when J5 and his girl Pearl got engaged and then she got pregnant and she tweeted last night that she's a mother.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, so congratulations to them. Always love it when a black woman has a baby and delivers a baby healthy and safely. It's such a blessing.
100%.
So congratulations to Pearl and J5 on their lovely new journey.
Dope.
Yeah, man. And that's it from me. Let's get into People's Journal.
Before we move on, Maga, Cat Williams has adjusted his number from 3,000
For the books.
a year.
Oh,
He said by the time he was, I think, 12,
Oh, yeah. That's not bad.
he had read 1,000.
oh,
That's more
so,
believable.
huh?
That's more believable.
I don't think it's
Yeah,
believable.
possible.
Because he
Oh,
sounds
so
very...
he was doing
smart.
the chicken,
He was
the
doing
chicken
you.
wing thing.
Yes.
But,
Okay.
but are you messing about or?
No,
Sorry,
it sounds like-
you shared the link.
Yeah.
We were not supposed to watch it.
No. The reason why is because I don't think that number's correct.
You think it's less?
It's more. I think he said by the time he got to that age, he had read. Did he say?
1,000.
He said 1,000.
No, he said I've read 1,000 autobiographies.
No, he said that they
Remember?
were...
No. Autobiography was a different thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
He
He's
said,
talking
he
about
said
the
they were
kind of books.
non-fiction.
Yeah, he
Okay,
was saying
cool.
And
non-fiction.
you just, yeah,
Yeah.
clarifying what the non-fiction were.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I think the autobiography came when the guy was talking about like whether he was ever tempted to do drugs, blah blah. And he was talking about like how he met different people that were saying to him not to do drugs.
Yeah.
People that are lawyers, doctors, and lost everything because of drugs. And so he was saying how if you want to learn from people, like you actually can. That's when he
Yeah.
realized, and he was saying that's when he read autobiographies.
Okay.
See, I learned all of that
So
in
you could-
1.75 speed.
Because it was tangible. He said that you can learn from anybody if it is that you're seeking.
Yeah,
Actually,
knowledge.
you're going into it looking to learn.
Yeah.
Oh, he also did adjust his the age he was when he got accepted to college.
Yeah, he said.
I don't want to hear
He
16.
said before 12.
There you go.
You know what he said last time?
Was it 7 last time?
No,
Couldn't have been
you-
seven.
I told
could
you,
not
he
have been
didn't
seven.
He didn't correct the guy. But before
Exactly.
12, it's still 7.
Huh?
Can still be 7.
7.12 is still 7.
Still be 7.
No. Brent, Chijuke said, you know, Chijuke would know, right? He said in the chat, 10,000.
No, he said 1,000.
I'm pretty sure I
He
heard
did not say
10,000.
10,000.
I said 10,000
He
too.
won
He said
100%
before
1,000.
he was 12, he read 1,000.
He read 1,000.
Chijuke,
Christy saying you said 10,000.
10,000, man. I'm telling you.
Maybe with that speed bread.
But you see what you're not going to make me do now.
Look, go and listen back to me, innit?
And if it is 1,000, I'm going to play
Clip it up.
it.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
If not,
In normal
I'm
speed.
still going to play it.
The normal speed. You got to slow it down when you get to that part.
We like accountability on this show.
You got to watch it in normal speed.
I'm pretty sure he said 10,000. Yeah.
1 in 10 is so different though.
It's so different.
It's
Like,
so
how did I
different.
hear 1,000?
And how do
'Cause
both of
you're-
And
us...
10,000 doesn't make sense.
Because you're hearing it fast, isn't it? Everybody's over 1,000.
You're an egg. What?
Let me see.
I might have said 1,000, man.
If I'm quiet for the next 10 minutes, you know why?
Because 10,000 is mad.
That's what.
You can't read 10,000 books before the age of 12.
No, because he was basically saying.
Look, someone who's more trusted,
Who?
Sai, he said 1,000 on a new interview.
Thank you.
Nah, man.
'Cause I'll be honest with you.
Why is Sam more trusted?
Because he's
I'll be real, big
saying
up-
the same thing I'm saying.
I was like, big up
That's how bias
TJK.
works.
Love TJK, but
And
after
Christy.
your last call,
Christy as well.
take your word for that. Yeah, Christy's one I'm on the fence.
Yeah, I never need a
I
reason
do
to
trust
basically
this,
say
but-
that Christy can't be trusted. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, don't do that. That means nothing to me.
Do you know what it is? I think he was basically saying between these ages, it was 10,000.
No, it
Nope.
can't be.
No, it can't
Then he's
be.
a fat face on liar. It can't be 10,000. That's a damn lie. 10,000 books for a man that was raised in a Christian household and had to leave the Christian household because the parents want him to go the Christian path.
But it goes with what you said
10,000
before.
books.
Because remember, he said before 3,000 a year.
He did say he was a millionaire before the age of 16 or 18.
This is true.
I said right. Is that right? And he was
You're
sober
even
as
being
heck.
generous when you say 18. You're being generous.
I wasn't sure, but I feel like it was 16, wasn't it?
Nah, it was early teens. It was early teens. It's an interesting interview.
He said he was a millionaire. And you know what he was doing? He became a millionaire of door-to-door sales across America. I said now.
Cutting grass.
Cutting grass.
No, don't
No,
do
the
that.
cutting grass was
Don't do
like
that.
tens of thousands, he said.
Yeah, don't do that.
He said cutting grass was making $6,000 a month, I think he said.
No. He said a year.
He said a year.
He said it in years. The metric was
Yeah,
years.
that's true.
Okay.
And it was 1,000. I don't think it was 10,000. It could be 6. It could be 8. Right, and that's plausible.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's flipping
That's
plausible.
that's possible, yeah.
And it looks as though, and it sounds as though he was a unique child, a hustler. He had a hustler
Yeah,
spirit.
he's a young Sheldon.
Do you understand?
100%. He's a Negro
I'm a
Sheldon.
hustler. I'm a hustler.
See,
Homie.
6,000 a year. You see?
He said he made 6,000 a year. Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
went on to say that before age 16 or 18, he was a millionaire.
Yeah. If you can believe it.
Silence.
No, he didn't say he was a millionaire. He said he made £1 million.
Oh, yeah, he said he made $1 million. Actually, yeah. To be fair, he could have been spending it. Actually, yeah, he could have been spending it.
Mm-hmm.
I could hear that.
He was
Six-
definitely spending it because he was homeless.
Yeah, and then yeah.
I liked when he said that he made a deal with a 5-star restaurant.
Yeah, I thought that was lit.
And he went in really, really early and cleaned it properly. Cleaners didn't do a proper job, apparently. And then they gave him food. And he came back at lunch for more food. And he kept it stepping.
I'll be honest with you, I just
He
worked
was very
out,
resourceful.
making $1 million and 6,000 a year. It takes 166 years to do that.
No, I don't think he just did the cut on the grass. The cut on the grass was the 6,000 figure.
Oh, and then
When
there
he
was
was
door to
young?
door as well.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was- yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I believe him, man. They can't make me hate Cat Williams, man. I'm a fan now.
100%.
But the thing is, he could be lying about some things and he could be telling the truth about the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
He's a human being.
I need to watch the full thing actually.
I think it's just embellishing, that's all, man.
But I feel like he was. I feel like he didn't really have much energy and vim for that interview, though. I feel like he didn't really care. Like he was there, but cause I feel like with Shannon's one, he had stuff to address. He came.
Yes, that's true.
He came like ready. But with this one, it was just like, okay.
I think it's because maybe he got everything off his chest, but also I think because everyone was speaking about him or mentioned him or lied on Shannon Sharp's
Okay,
show.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think maybe that's
That's
why.
probably why. Yeah, big up Cat, man.
Yeah.
And phase on. All right. People's Journal, please.
All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. First thing I want to talk about, for the cryptocurrency fans, people who follow in Bitcoin, waiting for the ETF news. Brent, you obviously saw what happened in the market yesterday. All right. So for those who don't know, Bitcoin jumped up ASAPity, right? And this is because everyone's pretty much waiting to hear whether the Bitcoin ETF would be approved. And it's meant to happen later this week. But long story short, on the SEC's Twitter page, Securities and Exchange Commission, right, who handles all of this, they actually posted an actual post that said, let me read it out, it says, basically they grant approval for Bitcoin ETFs for listing on all registered national securities exchanges. This is what people have been waiting for. Long story short, though, a few minutes later, it comes out that it was fake. Their Twitter page had been compromised. So the SEC's chair, Gary Glenser, he posted a message refuting the announcement on his personal X account, saying the SEC Gov Twitter account was compromised and an unauthorized tweet was posted. The SEC has not approved the listing and trading of spot Bitcoin exchange traded products. Basically haven't been approved. So yeah, man, that's what caused all that excitement yesterday in the markets, where Bitcoin kind of seemed to rocket. I think it went up to what, 46K, something like that, dollars. But yeah, next thing I wanted to mention, Sainsburys. They've mentioned that they did well over the Christmas, man.
But they did.
It seems like the pork eaters were responsible for this. They recorded basically a record number of pigs in blankets being sold. Seemed like everyone just wanted that for some reason.
I've never tried that.
Good. This is why you're a righteous person.
Oh, I thought you meant I thought you were recommending that. Excuse me.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I did try parsnip though, actually, for the first time this year. Slaps.
It's very nice.
I said this is very underrated.
I'm telling you.
Love a parsnip.
Nice and sweet and, you know.
Yeah, it's
beautiful.
just, yeah, white people know good things sometimes.
Sometimes. But yeah, man, mince pies as well. I'm pretty sure like everyone in the room was saying they don't like mince pies before, innit?
Yeah, I don't like mince pies. I'm sorry. You can't have mince pie. You can't like mince
Bun
pie when
mince
you know
pies.
about meat pie.
No, but they're different things.
Yeah.
One's the same, one's the
What's
sweet
mince? Mince is meat.
Thing. It's not.
It is. When you go in the shop and you get some mince meat, what is it?
No, that's
minced
different.
meat.
No, but that's different.
Nah. What
There's,
is mince
there's
pie?
minced
Raisins.
beef, there's minced lamb, there's minced chicken, there's minced turkey, there's
When
minced
I hear
everything.
mince,
Mince is just a word.
When I hear mince, I hear meat.
The association.
Yeah, but that, you have to think differently.
I can't. I can't. I'm in compromise. So when I hear mince, I think meat. Or if I hear mince pie, even if I was to think of pie, the only pies I know is chicken pie, Nigerian pie, all the Nigerian pies. So yeah.
All right. Well,
can't do it.
okay, maybe raisin pie.
I don't even sound right.
Well, those are one of the things that boosted Sainsbury's sales, man. Seemed like everyone flocked to the stores for mince pies, pigs in blankets, and sparkling wine over the Christmas, man. So they did really well. Their sales were up 8.6% over the 6 weeks to January. Well, to the 6th of January. Next thing I wanted to mention is, obviously, we know we're in cost of living still, even though things have kind of eased up compared to this time last year. And the manufacturing giant Danone, they've reduced the price of Aptamil. So the baby formula, they're basically saying, yeah, you know, we're going to do our best, I guess, to, you know, cut the costs pretty much, innit? And they're going to be doing that only by 7%, but it's still something. You know what I'm saying? So Iceland Supermarket said the cuts will be reflected in their stores ASAP. The free range of Aptamil will be reduced from £12 to £11.20 in Iceland stores from next week. So this is going to be like, you know, the Aptamil first infant milk, the Aptamil growing up milk, and the Aptamil follow-on milk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's that. Boohoo. They might be shutting down their factory, man, in the UK. Apparently, they've been breaching some deals.
Damn.
Yeah, man. So, according to a BBC investigation, they pretty much found out that they've broken some promises that they were going to make clothes ethically. But it turns out that, obviously, Boohoo's, their whole, business strategy is about, you know, giving you clothes for cheap prices, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And so obviously to kind of maintain those profits, it seemed as though when they did that whole undercover thing, that they've been told to just keep making the products anyhow, and the ethical things out the window, long story short. So yeah, because this investigation looks like Boohoo are saying, you know what, packing up, done with this nonsense. Yeah.
He's the same guy that owns Thingy anyway. Pretty little thing. So he'll be all right.
Yeah, man. So the firm, prior to this anyway, they face allegations over poor pay and supply chain failings and all that stuff. This is prior to even opening the factory. So I think one of the conditions were, look, we're going to open this factory, but at least make sure, you know what I'm saying, these other things will be in place. And so yeah, they opened it in 2022. And it just seemed like, yeah, there was just evidence of staff being pressured to drive the prices down. And so all the ethical thing, like I said, were dissipated into thin air. And the last thing I wanted to mention is, are you guys interested in, anyway, are you guys interested in the, I was going to say something else. You know the Apple Vision Pro? The VR glasses thing? Marks?
I don't know, because I bought Oculus and I never play it, so it's a waste of money.
Right? No, Ben's not interested.
Not yet.
Well, people have been waiting for it, waiting to figure out when it's going to be on sale, and it's going to be on sale on the 2nd of February in the United States. Customers have been given an option to pre-order it at a cost of $3,500. Crazy, which is like £2,749. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, that's it for the People's Journal.
All right, thank you. Let's get. Do we have wellness?
Nope.
Let's get into our last headlines for today then.
All right, people. Last headline. Literally only one, man. Something crazy happened yesterday in Ecuador. Trigger warning. I think I need to give a trigger warning here. And basically,
I've been seeing clips all bloody morning, man.
have you got any clips you can put up?
Nope. They're killing the flipping security guards. What do you mean?
Oh, they showed it like not
Yes.
even- oh,
These are the clips that
mad.
happen to flip and find their way on my timeline.
Wow, it's crazy, man. Anyway, what Ben's talking about is the fact that live television images broadcast on Tuesday showed hooded people, some of them waving guns, inside Ecuador's TC's television station in Guayaquil, right? The incident comes amid the kidnappings of at least 7 police officers and a series of explosions a day after the Ecuadorian president, Daniel Noboa, declared a state of emergency after one of the country's most notorious drug gang bosses escaped from prison. Adolfo Macias was first reported missing from his cell on Sunday. He's the leader of the Los Choneros gang, and he was serving a 34-year sentence, man, in prison for drug trafficking and murder. So Los Choneros, for those who don't know, is one of the gangs authorities consider responsible for a spike in violence that reached new highs last year with the assassination of the presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, pretty much it just seemed like these people just burst onto the live TV set and started shooting up the place, right, bro?
It's not just that, you know. They bust into the prison and they rounded up all the security guards, prison guards, and they started shooting them in the head. One of them was hanged.
What the
Crazy.
hell?
Crazy over there. Then the army rolled in and they started to take positions. So it's
Crazy.
gonna get messy.
That's mad.
This was live TV, you know. Imagine just watching them talking about something on BBC and you see people just coming in with guns and just take out certain people. Mad. But yeah, that's what's happening in Ecuador. And yeah, we'll keep you guys updated. But that's it for the headlines. Time to pay the bills.
Nice. Let's get into the reaction.
Just one game.
Welcome to the reaction, people. Not much to react to. Obviously, there was a FA. No, it wasn't FA Cup. It was a Carabao Cup tie last night. Middlesbrough took down the mighty Chelsea. They're lucky it's 2 legs, I suppose, isn't it? Because they got to go back to the bridge, and you'd expect them to do a better job at home. There's a little part of me that I was excited. I was hating a little bit when I see that they lost. Because obviously it's just piling on it. Chelsea lost again, yes. And then I see it was first leg, and I was like, bastards. They'll probably more than likely get through that. Didn't watch it, so there's not much I could tell you about it. There's not really a read up about it. That's what happened. I saw Spurs got old Chelsea player. Got Timo Werner on loan. You think that will come good?
I don't know. Don't know.
And they just sorted out. Is he a centre back? What's his name? Durgaskin. What's his name? How do you say his name?
I don't know.
You know anything today?
I saw it, but I don't know.
I don't know. It's supposed to be decent. I ain't even seen him play. I know they sent Jed Spence over there. Is it from Genoa or something like that?
Yeah. That much I know.
I thought you were gonna say I don't know again. You know.
Alright. But yeah, short and sweet, man.
Yeah, there's not much.
I said there's not much. There's not nothing here.
I can guarantee you there's a lot more sport going on in the world.
We just can't find it right now.
There was one thing I wanted
not
to
loaded.
think it, yeah. But I haven't got a clip for it. I want you to see something about a fight that happened on the weekend. And you remember that fight with Rolly Romero and that old guy? And the old guy, like, I think dropped him in like the first round or something, or maybe the 4th round. Totally dominated the fight. And then Rolly like had a quick flurry in like the 8th round. Tony Weeks came out, stopped the fight. Then he put out an Instagram post talking about he said something anyway, I can't remember. I think maybe the day before actually. Anyway, yeah. Same thing happened again. Last week. First round, he stopped the fight. It's the worst stoppage in history. I'm telling you, like there was no danger, no nothing. I need to find it.
Well, the ref's just sabotaging the career.
Yeah. And then he put out a post saying, you know what people don't know is that this same boxer that I stopped the fight for, right? he had a brain scan before, and they said that he was positive for like I guess a potential aneurysm or something, or he had an aneurysm, right? They did a second test, it showed up positive for an aneurysm. They did the third test, showed up negative, and then they had to fight. So he's trying to make it seem as though, okay, I had that in my mind, innit? As soon as I saw that he kind of got hit by a jab and he didn't take it too well, I just thought, let me stop the fight. But the guy was just there was nothing there to actually justify stopping that fight.
Conspiracy. Gotta lose his job.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's all we got to react to today, guys. Let's get into Out Ere. I don't know why you sent me this done Out Ere. You might as well just play the video because I know it's got something to do with well, actually, they haven't played for us anymore, so I don't even know why you even care.
I'm 16 years old. I play for Manchester United in England, and I'm going through a career breakthrough at the moment with a lot of injuries around my groin and hip and also my ankle. And I need man of God to help me with these injuries, please. Man of God, help me, please.
Is that a Google search?
Man of God, please help me. Man
Is this
of God,
real?
please help me.
Yes.
Man of God, please help me.
What is
My
his
groin
groin
and hip,
fixed?
my ankle ligament, my groin and hip. I have problems with my groin and hip. Man of God, please help me.
We just heard right now from a professional footballer who's here today. He's playing for Manchester United and the Youth Academy, and he's come because he's having severe injuries in his groin, hip, and ankle, and he's come to seek the face of God. So that was the young man that we just heard from right now.
No wonder
by
he
the
never
grace of
made
God,
it.
He's going to receive prayer.
And God did not help him. Oh, I missed it.
There's more.
Can you take it back? No, just take it back, please. Just a little bit.
You all said y'all don't like dancing men.
Man's started boxing him up in his head and thing, He's giving him this. He said,
Vemos como
He's
puede
gonna start
caminar
kicking a ball,
ahora,
it's
antes no
like-
podía, gracias al toque del
Why is he
profeta
walking around like
Davido,
this?
bajo el poder del
His
Espíritu
legs being
Santo.
fixed.
Damos gracias a Dios.
Active recovery.
I'm not even talking about this. On my life, I ain't got nothing to say about this.
Oh,
Look, he just
did he punch him? Because he stepped on his shoes. He stepped on his shoes and he punched him.
On his white Air Forces.
No, he
Imagine.
punched the man of God.
Santo. Damos gracias a Dios.
No, look.
You can't do that to my forces.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Thank you,
Did he
man
punch
of God.
him?
Thank you, Jesus.
What did he do
Thank
then?
you,
He
TV
did
Joshua.
something like that to him.
Like, get off my forces.
I can move my legs. I can
Yes.
move my ankle.
Okay, you can piss right off. That's what you can do. That's what you can do.
This is a dare, innit?
Man's
This
doing
is
a crip walk.
this
Oh, fuck off.
This was an initiation. That was an
I hear crip
initiation.
walking. Talking about I'm healed.
That was initiation. That was a dare or something
Boy,
like that. That was like his teammates have made him do that.
What, go all the way to Nigeria?
That's not legit.
It's the power of man of God, man.
I'm so glad it didn't work out for him. That's crazy. I got nothing to say about that. I've got nothing to say.
So did the guy
Based
play
on the
after that?
timeline, yeah.
Did he play
Was he
after that?
healed?
Well, he's playing now. He's currently playing now.
Wait, but he was healed then.
What, this guy?
Who, Gomez? Yeah, of course he is. He's at, not Leon. Is he at Leon? No, fuck, they wear red. Someone save me in the chat, man. Where is he? He's in France. He's currently playing now. He's playing right now, so it worked.
Wow.
It just didn't save his Man United career, but it worked. He's playing football.
I don't think Man United was where he's meant to be.
No, not with attitude like that. No.
No, because, you know what I'm saying, he had more to give to the game. Oh, man.
Lil, no, where is he?
That is crazy, you know.
I was saying I think Lil. See, it could be Lil then. Yeah, see, there you go. Lil. That's mad. That's done at air though. I don't know, man. Let's get into our outro. That is stupid. I don't know why you showed me that for.
Before we go outro, yeah, Brent, if you don't mind clicking that link here, number 3. It's the boxing thingy.
said that hasn't had an impact on his punch resistance. However, the reality is that the stoppage losses that Lawson has suffered, such as the one against Charles Hatley, those have all come post-broken jaw. We saw Lawson hurt seriously.
This is all first round, by the way.
See if Ortiz can capitalize here in the early going. Nice uppercuts like that.
You know, Ortiz is just picking his shots wisely. Popping that jab. That's a stiff, hard jab that buckled Lawson. That jab hurt Lawson.
Here comes Ortiz.
There's Ortiz. He's already warmed up.
He is cranking these hooks on the inside.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, he's taking a piss still. That was first round.
First round.
So he didn't even get a chance to get hurt.
Joke.
Yeah, that could be done. That's crazy.
This one could probably have been worse.
And after he did that post about the aneurysms, he took it down like straight away. I think, in fact, I think he did it on Facebook.
You know, Virgil's applying pressure. That's a good body.
Yeah, that's what's going on in boxing,
really
man.
no big headshots right now. A lot of this attack are body shots. And
Damn
Lawson,
shame. You know, AJ and Ngannou are going to be fighting.
I see that.
Being confirmed. And Wilder and, who was it? I can't remember now. But yeah, that's confirmed. Because obviously Eddie Hearn's saying like the fight between AJ and Wilder, there's just no point now in it. So it's looking like it's going to be confirmed for, I think, March something for Ngannou and AJ. Who do you think you've got in that fight?
Funny.
What? For real? Impossible. That's a big disrespect. Nah, man. Ngannou might get himself knocked out, man. He should get himself knocked out.
He should do.
100%.
Let's see.
But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, man.
You look at God. There's nothing the Lord can't do. All right, people. Nice and lovely show. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it as always. Please don't forget to like the video. It helps with the algorithm. It helps it come up on people with similar interests, sidebar and stuff like that. So support Black business today and like the TDA video. Follow us on our social media platforms as well. The Day After TNB on Instagram, Twitter, and on TikTok. And if you want to send your dilemmas in, also the number to call when we're live on air. The number is 075 6484 1073. And if you'd like to inquire about the show or feature on the show, you can email our team at thedayafter@thenewblack.com.
Guest.
Do you know what's so funny? I thought that. And I just thought, I didn't think that's something you were still going to be doing, but but let them know.
All right, cool. Yeah, we got a guest tomorrow, man.
Love that.
Yeah.
Is it guest or guest host?
No, guest.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So tune in. It's going to be an enjoyable one. She's a creative.
That's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. The other one's on Friday.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got something for you guys Thursday and Friday. But yeah, Thursday,
Nice.
creative. She's a designer. She's actually got a shop in Box Park.
Sick.
Killing it there, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, tune in and you hear all about it.
Love that. So we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Have a great, positive, good vibes day.
Peace.
Bye.
Where is that?